Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our Supernatural Watch Along podcast. Today we are discussing season 1, episode 7, Hookman. And I've actually not pulled up the stuff about this episode yet because I've not got my shit together. So, according
And
to
this is why you are the
IMDb,
facto leader, because you can't do anything.
that's why
we don't have nice things, people.
7.8 out of 10. And the synopsis says Sam and Dean investigate an age-old urban legend known only as the Hookman, the spirit of a 19th century pastor with a twisted sense of morals that is unknowingly being used as an innocent girl's attack dog. Once again, the synopsis gives a lot away.
Fair
This
enough.
episode was directed by David Jackson and written by Eric Crickby, John Shiban, and Sarah Gamble. As always, the episode stars Jared Padalecki and Jensen Ackles, with guest stars Dan Butler, Jane McGregor as Laurie, Brian Scala as Rich, Alf Humphreys as the sheriff, and that's pretty much it. So, yeah, again, synopsis gives a huge amount away.
Definitely does.
Yeah, but episode ends with a fantastic song, Bang Your Head. Episode ends. Episode begins with a fantastic song, Bang Your Head by Quiet Riot. And Sam and Dean turn up at missing the cold open, I don't know, where actually the Hookman's attack. So Quiet Riot song, good song. Couple in the car. Laurie and guy she's seeing, he's a bit too handsy for her liking when we see a man with a hook. Now, the Hookman legend, if you are familiar with it, you already know exactly what's going to happen because they play it out exactly like the urban legend. You were, have you been hiding under a rock? You weren't familiar with Bloody Mary either.
Good. Remember, we started off in different genres when we were younger. So
Alligators in the sewers.
Oh, I knew it would be that one. Everyone knew it would be that one. So
okay. So particularly the urban legend for Hookman, you saw it happen. The only part that's not the urban legend is the invisible part. But you know, that was added for the show. But
probably do a high level synopsis of the urban legend. You see Hook, he talks to Smee, they discuss stealing Peter Pan's kids and turning them against him. Great legend.
Home run, Jack. Home run, Jack. For anyone who hasn't seen Hook, that means nothing. So back to Supernatural. The Hookman comes, and the boy makes noises by scraping his hook. The boyfriend goes out to investigate. She hears some noises, and when she goes and looks, he's being hung upside down over the car, and the sound she hears are his fingernails scraping scraping the roof. That's the urban legend. That's exactly what happened, except he ended up being invisible at some point, which, of course, in Supernatural means ghostly stuff is going.
It's a great opening scene.
It is a fantastic,
really good opening scene.
Good, fantastic opening scene.
I do have one quibble with it.
Okay.
So the guy wasn't a small individual.
No, he was not.
He was probably 6 foot, maybe a bit taller.
Yeah.
And, he got hung upside the car super quick. If anybody's ever tried to hang someone upside down by their feet, fucking hell, you got to put in an effort. It is a shift. So this ghost,
if you're an evil spirit, you can get done like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Being hitting the gym, the evil ghost gym.
I'm just saying, he is not a natty to pull him up that quick. Okay. Definitely some ghost droids involved.
We're calling performance enhancers on this Hookman. Okay. Okay. So Sam and Dean turn up at a frat house, and they claim they are brothers from a different state in order to get free accommodation and try to investigate the
of course
goings on. Yeah. That's actually quite smart. I like that. That was a nice wee touch. Some free digs, and they're absolutely the age for it. I mean, Sam's what, 22, Dean's 26. So it works very nicely. They fit. And throughout the episode, I like that we can see Dean actually really likes the frat boy lifestyle. There's a party and he's like, yes, this is kick ass. And he's like, yeah, college would be great. And Sam's like, this isn't how my college experience was. And was it Dean's like, let me guess, library
Library
studying
straight A's.
straight. So I was like, yep. And he's like, what a geek. Like, and it's yeah, I like that very much.
Written
But
very well for banter between the two of them.
yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, Sam finds documents at the library and they go on a ghost hunt, only for Dean to hand Sam a rifle. And Sam's like, we can't shoot a ghost. But the cartridges are filled with rock salt. Salt propels spirits. Really nice touch.
I think
And,
great scene when they're arrested. And,
yeah.
how did you get him out of jail? Tells them you're a dumbass pledge and we're out hunting ghosts. Fantastic.
Again, showing how good Dean is at thinking on his feet. Like, Dean gets shit done again and again. Even with these rocks all around, Sam's like, did you and Dad do this? And he's like, you don't have to go to college to be a genius. So anyway, Laurie goes back home or back to her sorority house after church and decides not to turn on the light. Kieran, you gone blurry briefly. Again, this is another urban legend where they choose not to turn the light on, and then when they wake up, find their roommate has been killed, and painted in blood across the walls says, "Aren't you glad you didn't turn on the light?"
Very Scream moment there.
What it actually is there's a horror film called Urban Legends. It literally
heard of
wraps all the urban
heard of
legends
it.
up. So it came out a few years after Scream, trying to
Mhm.
be Scream, was nowhere near as good as Scream. But still, it was worth checking out. It's a fun film. But yeah, they have a whole bunch of urban legends in that film.
All right.
This
Jared Leto was in that film, wasn't he?
yes.
Yeah.
Yes, he was. As was the dude from the Mighty Ducks / Dawson's Creek, Joshua Jackson. That
Yes,
made
Joshua Jackson, yeah. So
Yeah.
was Michael Roseman.
Urban, Le-
Yes.
Roswell, that's what we're talking
Yeah,
about.
Michael
Urban
Rose as
Legend.
well.
Yeah, it came out in 98.
Yeah.
Was it
Anyway,
98?
so, but yeah, that has all the urban legends in it. So, Ali, you should watch that at some point. You also are in love with Michael Rosenbaum, so we'll do you some favors. Well, yeah, not traditionally associated with the Hookman, but still a great urban legend, and it was really nice seeing it here. I like it in general. Yeah, Sam goes to keep an eye on Laurie, and Dean looks for the grave of the Hookman, who Sam was able to work out who he was earlier.
Just like that.
Dean actually finds the grave, digs it up, and salts and burns the bones. Easy. First time they've ever, so far in the show, been able to just salt and burn the bones of a ghost like you're supposed to be able to do. Doesn't work. The Hookman attacks Laurie's dad, the preacher, and it's before that Laurie's kind of talking to Sam, and you may get the impression from her talking that that the Hookman is more attached to her. They were operating off the theory that it may have been attached to her dad, but she shows some clear repressed rage and yeah, conflicted emotions, shall we say. Anyway, yeah, the Hookman has latched onto Laurie and he is punishing people she sees as being immoral. Punishes the guy who she was seeing for being too handsy, punishes her roommate for being too much of a party girl, and punishes her dad for being a hypocrite and having an affair with a married woman. They meet in the church. Sam and Dean go to try and burn all the silver as they find the hook has been reformed and figure it is the remains of the hook that is keeping the Hookman around. And once they destroy said hook, Hookman will be no more. He'll just be man.
And what is Hookman without his hook, if not man? Yeah.
So, they're melting all the silver they can find at the church. A fantastic act of random vandalism, considering none of it was what they were after. And the Hookman attacks Laurie.
We do not condone breaking into churches and melting their silver.
We
No,
do
definitely not. No.
We condone selling it on the black market.
They find that Laurie's cross that she wears around her neck was, in fact, piece of silver remaining from the hook. And so Dean burns the cross and defeats Hookman,
Nice little twist to that.
putting her hunter count at Dean with 4 monster kills, and Sam trailing behind now with 2.
See, I think this is a bit unfair.
How so?
Don't get me wrong, Dean got the kill, but Sam was the one that saved Laurie. Not Dean.
Yeah, but we're not counting the save, we're counting the kills.
Okay, so saving the innocent person doesn't matter, you heartless bastard.
We
that what you're
can't
saying?
count how many people they saved. They saved a plane. You know, they've saved a lot
that
of
doesn't
innocent
count.
people.
That's a plane.
Are we going to eventually rank?
Nameless, faceless people.
Are we going to eventually rank how many people they've saved, though?
No,
Or
we can't do that. There's
Oh, they
no
save a
way
lot
we
of
could
people.
tell how many they saved. That's why we're only counting how many monsters they kill, because otherwise it would just be silly. But absolutely, absolutely, Sam protected the girl while Dean, killed the ghost. So killed the ghost. What a weird sentence. Well, anyway, Kieran, what are your thoughts on this episode?
I really enjoyed this episode. I think it's fun. I think Hookman is a good villain. You see Sam get thrown about quite often in this episode. I think
And
is
he damages his hand from it in this one.
Yeah,
And actually
yeah.
ends the episode with his hand being wrapped up.
yeah. So I think his interactions with Laurie are really good. I think it's a well-rounded episode. It's in a good place in the series. They tried to kill a ghost the conventional way, as set up in their lore. I think it's a very good episode. It's fun and well worth a watch.
Okay. What's your thoughts on this one, Ali?
I enjoyed it. Again, one of those urban legends I've never heard of, but as we've said, I'm getting an education from this show, so I'll keep it flowing at the moment. And I like the effects of this episode where the hook is damaging everything. I absolutely thought that was great how they did it.
Yeah, there's lots of scenes where the hook's like scraping stuff, but it's like the Hookman himself is invisible. We're just seeing the damage that the hook is causing. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
I mean, even when it goes up the wall as well, you're just all right. Now you're stretching a wee bit. He's meant to be at human height, and then you're going too much into it now.
Well, it's also a ghost. So.
I know. But yeah, the hook was an intriguing. The hook for him still being there, having the cross or the crucifix as it, that was a total little surprise for me because I was thinking, right, they've gotten rid of everything, and then all of a sudden it's right, okay, so it could have ended that they just couldn't find it and he eventually faded away. But obviously, again, it was one of those episodes that they needed to wrap up, and yeah, it was cool episode.
Okay. Well, with that in mind, it is, of course, time for our patented supernatural monsters tier list. So Hookman should be pretty easy to find. He won't be. There he is. Yeah, he was easy to find. Okay. Ali, We'll start with you this week. Where would you place Hookman on our tier list?
I'm gonna give him a solid, just for the effects, right? I'm gonna give with the hook. I'm gonna put him in. I'm gonna give him a solid B.
Solid B tier. Okay.
Yeah. I want to say I would put him again just for the effects wise. I'd put him in front of the plain demon.
Okay. Kira.
I would probably put him low B's.
Low B's.
Low
So
B's.
below the demon, ahead of the demon.
Probably below. No, in fact, he's ahead of the demon. He's ahead of
Ahead of the demon.
Yeah.
Okay. I think. I don't know if he's. I'm not sure he's better than Bloody Mary.
You think C's?
I
See,
mean, I think Bloody Mary should have been B tier, but I was kind of overruled by you two putting her C tier. So yeah, there's nothing I can do. But I would put Hookman here below Bloody Mary.
Okay.
Okay, which puts him after the demon then.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that I don't actually think he's C tier. I just think Bloody Mary's better than him. Realistically, I would put him back of B tier. So you know what, that probably works out. Yous taking the spot on this one. I overrode yous with the shifter, so I'll give yous Hookman.
Well, thank you.
That's what you call compromise.
Well, we all know how I feel about compromise. I don't like it. I'm uncompromising on compromise.
Okay, Ali, what would you rate this episode out of 10?
I'm gonna give it solid. I liked it a bit more than the last one, so I'm gonna give it an 8.4.
Okay, well, Kieran, what would you give Hookman out of 10?
8 out of 10.
8. Okay. You're both much higher on this episode than I am. I'm worried I'm going to get people saying I'm shitting on the episode of this one. But
by all means, we can do that as well if we think one's
it's true.
right.
But I mean, I don't think it's a bad episode. I enjoyed it. I like all the, I love the opening scene. I like the roommate death. Aren't you glad you didn't turn on the light? But the roommate death, I've seen better in Urban Legends. The other stuff was just okay. Like the best thing about this episode for me was the opening scene, which was brilliant. Everything else was just a bit more filler. I don't think it was bad by any means, but equally, I don't think it's anything to write home about. And if it was on TV and I'd missed the opening scene, I'm not sure I would watch the rest of the episode.
Okay.
Whereas I think every other episode to date I would have. So I'm only going to rate this 6.5 out of 10, 6.5.
Okay.
So yeah, still okay. We're going to get worse episodes in future, but we're also going to get some epic episodes in future.
Yeah.
So it's it kind of depends where we fall. You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm here to give honest opinions, not just so watch the hate come in the comment. And on that note, that's us this week. So join us next week for season 1, episode 8, Bugs, which will be fun to rewatch and get into, and fun to see Ali's initial response to.
Am I going to be surprised?
Depends. You find Bugs surprising?
No, from your tone there, it sounded like I'll be quite impressed by this episode. That was all.
I don't know. Don't read anything into it. You'll
I'm
be
not.
what you are, and that's so. And until then, thanks for joining us, and keep on fun. Bye for now.
Bye.
Hi.